I've got a head torch with me today that I'd like to share with you, so I thought you might find it interesting. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, hang on a minute, it's a bright sunny day, how's he going to show us a head torch? There is a method behind my madness, and I'll get to that in a minute. But first I'll just give you a little story about how I came across this head torch. I was contacted by a company called Nextorch a few months ago, and they said, would you like to, you know, sample some of our wares and show people? And I've not really heard of Nextorch before. How's me light? How am I doing? Is this any better? That's a bit better. I've not really heard of Nextorch before. I may have come across them on a internet search or some point, but never really paid any attention to them. So I checked them out and searched all over the internet and YouTube and all the rest of it. And they look to do really high quality torches and other gear. It's mainly aimed at the American market. So I thought, what's the catch? Are they gonna, you know, want an arm and a leg just to send me their kit? And the answer's no. They just wanted to literally publicise the fact that, you know, raise awareness of their products, and, you know, get YouTubers like myself to show them. And so that's how I ended up with this head torch I've got today. Anyway, my package arrives and I've got a lovely head torch in there, and I've got some other torches as well and a couple of other bits of kit, and it all looks really high quality and the sort of kit I would personally buy myself if it hadn't been sent to me. So what I plan on doing is putting out a video every now and again, mix it in with my other content, and give you a good look at each individual piece of kit that they've sent me. So if you're into your torches and other EDC bits of kit, don't forget, if you want to, like and subscribe and all the rest of it, and then when the videos pop up, then you'll be able to see them. The head torch that I'd like to show you is this Nextorch eStar. I've been spending a bit of time with this, getting to know it and finding out how it works, and it's a really quality piece of kit. So where I've brought you today is to a tunnel, and we'll put them on and show you around inside. I'll talk more about the functions a bit later on. At the moment I just wanted to show him to you and show you how he works. Now, it's not totally dark in this tunnel, but if you get in a situation like this and you're traveling about and you come to somewhere like this, you may want a little bit of extra light about so you can see what's going on. So I just rotate the bezel, he's on full power. You can see how much that gives you a wide beam. And if I rotate him again, that then gives you the spotlight, which I thought was really good. You can see how far that goes in the distance, and if you rotate him one more time, you get that wide angle, and you also get the spotlight as well. To give you an idea how wide the beam is on the flood mode, I've got him in my hand and I'll put him on. You can see he lights up the whole of the tunnel, no problem at all. Then if I go to spot, you can see I can easily see down the end of the tunnel, and if you put both on, this is at its highest setting, it's pretty much like daylight all the way around. So I just wanted to prove to you today that torches aren't just for night time. I'm in this tunnel, you can see all this calcified rock, all the water coming down and the salts. This is just on the flood beam, by the way. That's the spotlight, and that's the flood and the spotlight. It just looks really cool. This torch has also got red lights on it as well, so you could use this as a tail light. Shine them up on the ceiling. How much can you see? You can see how powerful that is, and it also goes to a SOS mode. This tunnel's busier than what I was expecting. What I've done is set the head torch up on top of this little post, and we'll walk away and we'll see how far he projects his light. What am I, about 30 meters away? I can easily see that from here. On my YouTube channel, I go out to various places and I always take a head torch with me. You never know where I might come across a cave or a building or something like that, and something like this I can just throw it into my bag. Takes up next to no space, weighs next to nothing, and it's a really useful piece of kit to have handy. I hope that was useful to you. I'm going off back home now. I'm going to do a waterproof test and give you some bits of other information. I'll see you in a bit. I had to test the waterproofness of this head torch because Nextorch say that, you can see it on the side of the box, it's waterproof to a meter. So I'm thinking waterproof to a meter. As they sent it to me, and I didn't pay for this at me hard-earned cash, I thought I don't have to be over precious about it. So what I did, I threw it in my pond and it kept working, so that was a really good sign. I even then went and turned the dial on the front, which is something you would never ever do. There is no reasonable situation, in fact there's no situation at all in which you would need to be underwater and turning the dial to adjust the light. But I did that anyway just to see if it would keep working, and it performed admirably. So I can safely say from that this is indeed waterproof. Now the only way you would get this totally wet would be, there's three ways I guess. You drop it in a pond, or drop it in the sea, drop it in a puddle of water sort of thing, or you'd be out in the pouring rain, in the dampness and the rain. And you know, would it stop water ingress based on my little experiment? Yes. And the only other scenario I could think of would be if you actually had it on your head, and say you was kayaking or canoeing, or you know, that sort of situation, or you're walking over some kind of makeshift bridge or something like that, and it's on your head and you fall off and you fall in the water, then it would be totally submerged. Well, you would be as well, wouldn't you? So based on my little experiment now, I would say that yes, the claim of waterproof to a meter is absolutely valid. Let's quickly touch upon what you get in the box. Your head torch and the strap. Also, let's open him up. A bit of packaging that came with that. You see mine's not that tidy because I've got this out and I've used it. What you also get with this model, now there's two types of head torch. There's the one that runs off the AAA batteries, and the one that I've got, which Nextorch kindly sent me, and you get two batteries with it, and little rechargeable batteries. I would say if you're thinking of buying one of these, don't buy the AAA version. Get this version, whereby you get two battery packs. You can charge them up by USB-C. You've got your USB-C charger in there, and what's that, USB-A or whatever it is. Plug that in, charge the little battery up. So if you're off on your travels, you've always got a spare battery, and I can't conceivably think that with sensible use, if you've got two batteries, because there's one inside here, that you're ever going to run out of power. Even if one dies, you put the other one in, then you can charge it, the dead one or the exhausted one, off of a power bank or anything. So you've got the general idea. So in this particular one, I had, I'm all over the place, I had two of these batteries. You get instructions there, which to be honest you don't really need, and you get a nice little pouch to keep everything in, which I think is quite nice, quite a nice touch. And when you receive it, if you're buying this as a gift for somebody, I just want to take note, obviously ignore this because I battered it and I've had it in and out. I just really wanted to understand what it was all about before I started talking to you about it. If you look at the packaging, if you was to give this as a present to someone as a gift, then I think they would be really happy. Quality packaging, and to be honest, it tells you everything you need to know on the box. Rated to drop it to 1 meter. I haven't tried that, so I always think that's silly, but if you just drop it accidentally, yeah, it's got a good chance of surviving. Waterproof to 1 meter. It tells you about the candela, and it tells you about the different lumens, etc. for each mode. So you basically got everything you need on the side of the box. Other bits of information that may be useful to you: if you touch this little control knob, you'll see the lights come on just briefly. So the 4 lights in blue means that the battery's full. So obviously when the battery runs down, you'll get less lights come on. And I think they turn to red as well once you get to the end, so you know how much power you've got left. Other things to know: the bezel on the front, you see there's an arrow on the top, and then that corresponds to the different settings on the outside. So for instance, if you wanted to go to the red light, you would turn this to the red light, and equally, if you wanted to turn this to the first white light, which is the floodlight, you turn it that way and then you get the floodlight. It's as simple as that. So I love that feature on this Headtorch. Something else to note is this rotating adjuster. So if you've got him switched on, I'll put him on the red light so he's less harmful. You can adjust this up. It's like infinitely adjustable to increase the intensity, and it gets to a point, it does a little flash, and then you know you've hit your maximum. So it doesn't actually stop the dial there, that little flash, and then you can bring it back down again, and then you'll get another little flash just like that, and you know you're at the low point. Why it works like that, I've got no idea. So just to give you an idea, let's turn these lights off. We're at the lowest point now, and then we adjust him. We adjust him up to our highest point, and there's your flash. It works exactly the same with your floodlight or your spotlight or whichever. You go back down again, and then you get a little flash there, and you know you're at the bottom setting. What else can I tell you that's useful? Headtorch itself is adjustable. You can change the angle on it. You might be able to hear the little click system there, where it locks into place wherever you want it. To change the battery, just gotta get this little piece here, pull him up. There's a little clip in there. There it goes. It's difficult to do this in front of camera. Just pull him up. There, and we're done. So you can see there, that's the battery. As I said earlier, with this model that I've got 2 rechargeable batteries. The other model that you get, it's just an empty cavity where you can put 3 AAA batteries in. The whole thing is sealed with this seal around here. Piece of rubber in there. It's hard to pick up on camera. There's a very fine piece of rubber there, and then that's what actually keeps it waterproof. The other thing to note is the Headtorch strap itself. Now this is highly reflective. It's designed for runners, so if you didn't want to have this reflective side on it, can you change it and turn it around? Yes, you can. If you look on the back there, you can slide him out I probably haven't got time to do this, it'll bore you. But you can slide it out and reverse the whole thing. By doing that, a couple of these catches here will be in the wrong place. They'll be on the outside rather than the inside. Would that make a lot of difference to comfort? Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. You can't take the whole thing apart totally because he's joined, the strap is joined onto the actual buckles. So you're quite limited in a way. Limited, is that the right word? The only way you can turn this strap inside out is to flip the whole thing round, take this out and flip him over and put him back in. You've also got, on the inside, you've got this little bit of rubber here, and that's to stop it slipping around on your head. So my overall impressions of this Headtorch, I think it's absolutely brilliant. It's made of a really tough plastic. Build quality is excellent. It's got some great features on it, functionality. I'm really impressed with it. I'll leave a link also in the description if it's something you're into. And I'll also leave a link to Nextorch, to their website. If you want any additional specifications or whatever, check them out. If there's anything I haven't covered in this video, leave a comment and I'll do my best to get back to you. If you've got any experience as well, this is very important, this bit. If you've got any experience of this particular Headtorch, then feel free to leave a comment and let everybody else know how you've got on with it. Did it work for you? Did it not work for you? Did it last? You know, has it got longevity to it? Let everybody else know in the comments.